Hello, welcome to Broken Mind and Growing Confidence, the podcast with funding from the National Lottery and the government. I'm Claire from Positive Life Workshops. I am a guide and a healer. I help people who have struggled with anxiety and depression, who want to start living that more positive life. Hello everyone, welcome to this week's episode of Broken Mind and Growing Confidence. This week's running behind because it's been a bit of a nightmare week at our house. We have been without heating in this cold weather, so the electricity tripped because the boiler was dripping, and we've had that whole nightmare going on. So I've not been able to actually sit and record my podcast. And then when I did try and sit and record the podcast, there was so much noise going on in the background that I was just like, what am I going to do? So it didn't get done. So I thought I'd come on and kind of talk about that, really. So it was a hard week. We really struggled because obviously we were very cold, and keeping warm was like extra blankets and things like that. And kind of it makes you feel more grateful for the central heating, hot running water, things that we take for granted became like so important and so instrumental to our daily lives. When we didn't have it, it was so much extra work to get the hot water and to be able to have a wash, and it just gets to be a lot, especially when there's 5 of you living in the house as well. So we had extra blankets, this, that and the other. But it's just the whole mindset. It kind of brings you down when you're in that situation. So it's kind of finding a way to rise above it and kind of keep yourself going. So all the things that I talked about all through the podcast. So this is the second to last podcast from the first initial funding, and the next 8 weeks will be a wellbeing session, and we will be recording the wellbeing session, which everyone is invited to come and join us. If you go to the Facebook page, Positive Life Workshops, I will be announcing the day and the time later on this week to be starting next week. So we'll have 8 weeks of wellbeing sessions that everyone's invited to. They'll be on Zoom, and we'll be recording them for the podcast as well. So if you are not able to attend the Zoom sessions, you will still be able to get all the information and all the details from what we actually do in the session. I've kind of not been thinking about all the work type things because it's been more about what's going on and keeping everyone happy and keeping things running and keeping things in flow and being able to enjoy everything, really. It's trying to stay positive. And that's really difficult when you're kind of in that situation of, oh, everything's going wrong, everything's going to cost loads of money, where's the money going to come from? And kind of when you get into that mindset, like I've said a million times before, the more you think on that negative mindset, the more and more of those kind of things it brings into our lives. So I kind of started kind of going downhill, feeling a bit low and depressed and feeling sorry for myself. It's like, right, okay, well, I've just written the Mood Boosters workbook, so it'll be ridiculous for me not to kind of use that as a tool to boost my mood, because that's what it's for. So the first thing that I kind of went to try and do is listen to some music, because I know that music boosts my mood. So I did that. And because there was no hot water, no heating, I wasn't having my bath, so I've not been meditating. So the meditation is something that I know helps me so much, and I do it daily normally. But I just decided that because couldn't have a bath, that I wasn't able to kind of take that time. And instead of taking time in a different space, a different area, I just didn't do it. And it showed in my mood and my mental health and with things that were going on around me. I let things bother me, whereas normally I wouldn't let it bother me as much, but I wasn't doing the self-care that I'd tell everyone to do all the time. And it's so important. So if you can't do the things that you would normally do, it's looking for the things that you can still do. So you can still listen to music, you can still go out and have a walk, you can still talk to your friends and your family, you can still connect with people, you can still read books, you can still listen to podcasts, you can still say your affirmations to yourself. If you don't believe them, just keep repeating them and repeating them and repeating them. So my affirmations, day by day, in every way, I'm getting better and better. And that's from Jeremiah Scott's book. That's the first line of the affirmation that he says in there. It's worked for me. And I keep saying it to myself over and over and over again, to the point where I'm going to actually make a sticker for the wall that says it, so I can see it all the time. Because the more I say it and the more I think about it, the more it comes true, because we do get better day by day. So no matter whether it's going to be a good day or a bad day, if it's a bad day, there's probably a lesson to be learned. If it's a good day, enjoy it. And it's being grateful for those good days and being able to enjoy them, and finding what you are grateful for. So grateful for hot water and heating and things like that. Just like things you don't really consider when you're thinking about gratitude. It's the basic things in life that we have consistently, like possibly without having to think about it. Some of us might struggle to have these basic things, but we have them and we manage with what we've got. And it's being grateful for what we've got and allowing that feeling of the gratitude for the things we've got to take over. So we were able to sort the boiler out. So it's being grateful that we were able to sort it out. We didn't have to sit in the cold for weeks and weeks and weeks. And it's feeling the gratitude for that. Yes, we've been able to sort it out, and it's just happened at the time where we are able to sort it out. And it's just thinking about those things, being grateful for those things, and allowing all these different things to happen in your life, and choosing to kind of boost your mood and lift your mood, and choosing to do what you want to do to make yourself happy, instead of thinking about all the things that are happening and the things that you can't do, because we can't change the things that we can't change. So it's thinking about the things that you can do and changing the things that you can change, so that you are happy, so that you are doing things in life that you're enjoying, and just so that you're not just sat there doing nothing. It's kind of giving yourself that motivation to get up and do something to make yourself boost your mood. And that's what my mood booster workbook's about. It gives us 10 different things to do, and it's things we know we need to do. Like things that we all basically know. We need to drink water, we need to look after ourselves, we need to like listen to music that makes us feel good. All these different things that we know in our day-to-day lives, and it just allows us to put them into one space so that we can kind of use it as a toolkit to help us boost our mood when we're feeling low, or when we notice we're kind of starting to waver. It's taking that choice. And the mood booster workbook just gives you ideas, because you journal on each thing. So you then, if you're not choosing to use those things when you know that they improve your mood, then it's asking yourself, well, why am I not doing those things when I know they improve my mood? Like, what is stopping me from doing that? And it's taking that choice, because that choice is yours, and just doing those things to boost your mood and living your life and enjoying it, instead of sitting there and doing things just because, and just doing what other people say and just plodding on. Because if you're not happy, then it's looking at what you can do to make yourself happy. That's it for this week. We'll be back hopefully on Thursday, and then the next 8 weeks we will have the wellbeing sessions, which will be recorded, and that'll be all about boosting our moods and the mood booster workbook. And I'll be going through it all, so you'll be able to do it without the book. You'll be able to sit and listen to the podcast, and you'll be able to do all these things. The book's just a nice tools kit to have to hand to be able to look back on. But you can do this just by listening to the podcast, or just by joining in the wellbeing sessions as well. Right, we will see you soon. Goodbye. Thanks for listening to Broken Mind and Growing Confidence. Find us on Facebook at Positive Life Workshops. Come and join our Facebook group, Broken Mind and Growing Confidence, or the Ladies Wellbeing Group. Our anxiety course will be live soon. If you're looking to improve your confidence, if you're interested in any healing, card readings, having problems with anxiety or your own confidence, feel free to give me a message. Thanks for listening. We'll be here again next Thursday. Goodbye.